read this really good, right? Really, really good. My tongue. John, can you lead today, finally?
Maybe.
Finally? You need to, because
I don't know
you're
what
not
I'm
feeling
reading.
very good. Jessica, you want to read it?
Oh, read. I thought you said read.
Okay, Committee on Appropriations. Senate amendments to HB 2071 reference the House and Gross bill. Strike everything after the enacting clause and insert. Section 1, Section 132508, Arizona Revised Statutes, is amended to read, resisting arrest, classification. A person commits resisting arrest by intentionally preventing or attempting to prevent a person reasonably known to him to be a peace officer, acting under color to such peace officers' official authority, from effecting an arrest by 1. Using or threatening to use physical force against the peace officer or another. 2. Using any other means creating a substantial risk of causing physical injury to the peace officer or another. 3. Engaging in passive resistance. B. Resisting arrest pursuant to subsection A, paragraph 1 or 2, is a class 6 felony. Resisting arrest pursuant to a subsection A, paragraph 3, is a class 1 misdemeanor. Amend title to confirm.
Where are the cops at? Oh, they left us. I don't know why.
Okay. Oh, well, thanks. You wanted to see something? You could see us, but maybe you gotta go see them before they do something stupid. Okay, my question is, engaging in passive resistance, that's very broad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's,
Like-
but remember in the state of Arizona, they make you do criminal charges separate from civil under ARS 12. So they'll go ahead and charge you with this, and then you have to hire your own attorneys and go back and fight them civilly. Because if you're charged criminally, you can depend on your income and all that. You get an attorney, right? Public defender. See how that works?
Speaking of which, I got the...
Nothing on public. Okay.
It's already public now. Accepting a plea deal, and it
17 years to still criminally charge you on something. Don't forget.
yeah, but
It can still be.
I'm not. I know, but I'm not details. Accepting plea bargain. So, I have to pay restitution
Okay.
regardless of who was at fault
What?
as part of the plea bargain. But I tried to give them information, that they would want, that as far as me not being, no. I know what you're saying. As far as like the circumstances of me not being at fault, and they didn't want to hear anything. They didn't want to hear the full story. They didn't want to hear jack shit. So accepted it, and had to pay restitution in the amount of $9,000.
So you didn't give any names, right?
No.
Okay,
no,
cool.
No, nothing was said at all. Nothing. But the fact is, I still have to pay restitution for something I didn't do, which sucks. And the reason why it sucks is because I would have fought that further, but I would have paid that much or double in lawyer fees.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only reason why I accepted it. I was like, I didn't.
If you resisted, then that would happen?
If I didn't accept it and I went to trial, then I would have to pay for that.
So I would have taken it to trial.
Waive
They
your
get
plea.
public defenders, and I got lucky because I got some really good ones that stepped up for free. And then
Yeah,
you can wait
but
for
like we
$10.
came a long way in the case. Like it was like just a matter of like I didn't feel like I had another option.
The case citation's already there, so they're already set. So if you change attorneys, it's really not that complicated, especially with public defenders.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think there was any way to, it just sucks.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So-
It does.
And the worst part about it is when they originally came to talk to me about the incident, like I had no idea what they were talking about because I didn't do it. I was like, "What are you talking about? I have no idea what's going on." And they're like, "Oh, well, we know otherwise." Like, well, what do you mean you know otherwise? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So if at that point, if I actually knew what they were talking about, I wouldn't have been resisting arrest because that's basically what they got me is like, hindering prosecution. I was like, well, I didn't hinder prosecution. I didn't know what the fuck you were talking about in the first place.
Okay.
So because I didn't know to say, know enough to tell them, because they're always secretive, like they're playing a card game. and I was basically resisting arrest.
What's that one? Class 6 felony?
Yeah,
50?
is a classic felony, and that's what the hindering prosecution is.
So even if you don't commit a crime, even if you don't even know what's going on, you still get charged?
Yeah,
You may
and then you have to go on
somebody off
probation,
and
and
gone
if
the
you
wrong
complete
ways.
probation, then if it's an undesignated, then it gets moved down to misdemeanor. That's if you get complete probation.
How much is probation though?
Probably like 3 years and 360 hours of community service.
I'm a fan of obviously taking things to trial then. Yeah.
Sucks.
And then they always say you could get that if you go to trial, and we're going to seek the maximum if you go to trial, right? Pretty scary stuff, huh?
Yeah, it's fucked up. You know, because if they were to be straightforward and honest, be like, all right, this is exactly what's going on, then, you know, most people would be like, oh, well, shit, I'm screwed. You got me there, you know. I'm going to concede. Okay, you called my bluff. You win. I submit. I had no idea what was going on at any moment. No idea what they were talking about. I didn't know for months later until we got the discovery in court. I was like, oh, this is what the evidence is? Oh, this is what you're talking about? What? No idea. It wasn't involved.
How long it take to get discovery report?
Months.
That's it? Mine took 2
But
years.
it took 3 years
you.
for them to charge it. Because
Okay,
they
there
were
you
working a
go.
cold case.
Yep.
This happened in April of 2009, man. Like,
You're right. Okay, you're on the same what I went through. Gotcha.
sucks.
Well, what do we do?
I don't know.
We just walk that way
stay
and
out of
see
trouble?
Yeah, we can do that.
Walk
Just,
behind
try
them?
not to.
I'd offer a ride back, but unfortunately, I don't know if four people could probably fit in the backseat.
I guess the question is, what do we do about our situation, about the people? How do you suggest we, as individuals?
Oh, hold on.
Know your shit, I guess.
Think your attorneys can sit with you in a jail cell? You need to know what those jail cells are, from everything from the mattress to what's the component, like what it's made of.
Yeah, and
cell
be
block,
prepared to
you name
accept
it.
your fate.
20 years from now, we know what's inside and they're exposing us to poisons in prison.
That's why
Only
they keep
hell,
the rooms
there
cold.
will be law.
That's why they keep the rooms cold to keep all the germs out. And people get really sick in there.
Yeah.
Hospital.
It's freezing cold.
Staff.
So what are we going to do to stop this? Because, I mean, it's obvious they're not going to... The more people they arrest, the more we can't vote.
Not only
They'll
that,
always stay down.
but it's also more people that don't get to participate in the site, don't get to raise the children, don't get to, it's just a downward cycle. And more money that goes into the system because they have to pay all kinds of fines and fees. And just perpetuates it. More money for more buildings.
Pay $500 every month, you can't afford an apartment. Yep.
So you can't
So-
get